Hey everybody, it's Jang here from JANG Bricks, jangbricks.com, with a LEGO Star Wars set review from 2013. This is the Duel on Geonosis. It's set number 75017 and comes with 391 pieces, and it costs $40 in the United States. Let's go ahead and take a look at those minifigures. Well, that's a nice selection of minifigures actually, and certainly the star of the show is the new Yoda. That face mold, or the whole head mold, is definitely, in my opinion, the best Yoda mold done to date. I like that a lot. It's made of a slightly soft plastic, not completely soft, but slightly soft. Still kind of has durability to these ears, even though they are kind of pointed. Good definition in there, gets good shadows, nice print on the eyes with the highlights and the pupils. Pretty good shape. He looks a little bit on the young side here, a little bit younger, I think, than he was by this time in the series, but not too bad. He's got his lightsaber, of course, and a little bit of hair. They do show some hair on the back. Now, they have this attachment on the back of him, which is a little bit awkward here. I'm going to take that off just so you can see the print on the back here for a second, but that attachment is going to be very important. You see he has a hood that's back. The attachment is going to be very important for the play value and the play feature, kind of the core play feature of this entire set. Then we have Dooku here, Lord Tyrannus, and he also has second face on the back, looking with a little bit of a grin going on there. He's got some force electricity coming out of one hand, and he's got his nice chrome hilt for his lightsaber. Very nice, very, very nice. If there's any lightsaber you want to make chrome, I think this is a good choice for that. The Geonosian here is kind of a senior dude. He's called Poggle the Lesser, a new and exclusive figure for this set. Amazing design on the head, or amazing job on the head with the molding of it, also the printing of it, the colors. That is really good, and a lot of detail on the torso and the legs with this guy. Look at that, so much as you can see in there. The wings are also pretty good, fit in there nicely, but gosh, the fine detail down in the center of the legs, look at that. That's incredible, absolutely fantastic. It's too bad that we only see this guy for a short amount of time in the movie, and incidentally, he's not even in this scene that is built for this set. What he has in his hand is also pretty amazing, something that doesn't show up in this scene either, but that is a printed 1x1 cylinder piece with, I don't know if you can see it just right, but that actually has the design of the Death Star. So that is the Death Star plan hologram, and it's just a little chip down here that actually has the data on it. Take a look at him from the back. Again, more great printing all around him. A very, very good figure that one is, actually. And then this last little thing over here, it's called the FA4 pilot droid, and he actually is seen in this scene for only the shortest amount of time. He has either wheels or a tank tread on the bottom to pilot him around. This is a very weak looking minifigure to me. Really not a great one to have. I mean, the build of the base is, I don't know, it just looks completely incomplete and inconsistent and doesn't work well. So a wide breadth from a really well done minifigure, a really well done head here. He's good. He's pretty sad in my opinion. Here we have Dooku's speeder, just his small little one, which we do see in this scene, but it's not doing anything except just sitting there. This is the one in the movie, in episode 2, where he actually flies over the surface of Geonosis to get to this little cavern that we're going to be looking at, and he flies there on this, and then he gets off, and then the entire scene is It just doesn't have this speeder in it at all. The speeder itself, I think, is built pretty decently well. It doesn't use a whole lot of parts, uses good techniques to get the right amount of detail across. I think it's well done, and they use just 2 studs to connect him to the base here, so that's nice and convenient. However, Dooku does have a cape, so getting him to sit there is going to require either bending the cape or taking the cape off. And that's always kind of a downfall or a shortcoming of these types of figures that have capes on them that really is core to the look. They also put this little round brick, the 2x2x1 round brick on the bottom, just to keep it standing up, so it looks like it is partially floating in the air. But this is a good little piece. So this whole play set, the whole structure portion of this, does kind of fold up, puts it into a nice little convenient small area. It does have a pretty large area to put the speeder on there. It's a little unusual that they would give it that much space, but this is, I mean, for something that's actually not even used in the scene really, but this is nicely presented for what it is right here. But once you open it up, you get some play features, so I'll just leave that there for now. Let's see. First off, at the beginning of this scene, it's called Duel on Geonosis, and it's all about the duel between Lord Tyrannus, Dooku, and Yoda, after both Obi-Wan and Anakin Skywalker were basically defeated by Dooku. So it's about these two, and at the very beginning there's a little bit of a forced duel between the two, and Dooku uses his force powers to take some stuff off the wall, and I don't even know what the things are, but they do include those here, and you're supposed to try to hit Yoda with those. And in that regard, they do give you those same pieces, and they put them in as there we go, as flick missiles. So that kind of makes sense. It definitely matches what happened in the movie. Kind of cool in that sense. It's kind of hard to fire these things though, because the little spot, okay, that came out. I'll show you why. A little spot where the hole is, that you can actually see it's just there, but you push it in part way, that's not actually going to shoot it. You kind of have to put your fingernail up there in the corner, or maybe if you can just hit this just right from an angle underneath. Nope, not enough. You really have to get under there. So that's a little bit awkward just in making it work, but it's nice they have those little bits. They also have a piece down closer to kind of represent the part where he's using terrain. They've got this portion of the terrain that can actually be knocked out, and that just has a little piston that you push through from the other side. It's a very small little thing. They give you a nice little hidden compartment over here behind this rock piece. Opens up. They recommend that you put the Force Lightning piece in there when you're not using it. So it's just a storage compartment in general. What else? What else do we have going on here? This is very key to this scene because that's how Dooku gets away. You would have Anakin and Obi-Wan kind of just stacked up on the floor, all injured, and Dooku pushes in a little spot down at the bottom of this using the Force to cause this whole column to collapse. It's hollow, I don't know, a distillery thing, some sort of mechanical item, and causes it to come down. And they actually put this on a hinge to make it start to come down. They don't have the two figures that you need to save here, but I think that's fine because we're past that point here. It would have added a lot of cost to the set to add in two figures that aren't even going to do anything. So they just give you a little lever to move that up and down right there. This is also from probably the most baffling part of the movie, of maybe any of the movies to me. Well, one of the most baffling parts of any of the prequel, so-called prequel movies, episodes 1 through 3, because right at this point, and this has nothing to do with the set, but right at this point, Yoda actually turns around and holds up this entire heavy thing, balances it in the air, and then moves it aside. What he could have just done was just move the two guys that were under here. They're about to get crushed. Just do a little force flick like that and just move them out of the way. Then you don't have to worry about this. And he could have killed Dooku right then and there. So a little bit artificial there, but they Lego at least did get the appropriate action there. Now here's the main play feature of this entire set, and the reason that Yoda has this type of backpack connector piece. They give you all this, and you stick that on there, and you kind of keep the lightsaber down low enough to keep his center of gravity down low so he doesn't fall upside down. And then you've got Dooku here, and at this point he would not be using the Force Lightning. I'll just put that off to the side. And he and Yoda are trying to battle. And the big thing about Yoda and Yoda's fighting style is he's very acrobatic. So he gets up in the air and he's spinning around and he's jumping and he's doing all these kinds of things. And they're fighting. You can kind of spin them around, rotate them, jumping in the air, and they're just fighting like that. So it's a cool little battle thing. It would be really unfortunate to try to play as Dooku here, but because he just doesn't have all that acrobatic ability. But it's kind of a funny little thing to get that style of how this fight was done. To get him actually spinning around. It's a novel little idea, and I kind of like that. I think that's probably the best thing that they've done with this set. Good idea with that, and this archway here also looks very good to me. Other than those two things, to me, this is a very boring set. I mean, you look at it and you see, first off, this is not an iconic location in Star Wars in general. I mean, it's just a cave. It's where this one fight happened, but it doesn't look all that great. This does not really factor in because Dooku does not escape on this. He escapes on his solar sailor, and the solar sailor gets piloted by this guy who you only see at the very beginning of the scene going off onto the solar sailor, which is parked out on one of these platforms, and then you see him as they escape. He's in the cockpit and he says some number and pulls a lever, and that's it. So this guy really is not very relevant. This piece right here is extremely relevant because that's what it's all about, and also the next movie, the original Star Wars from 1977 was based on this. That's key, and this is a really cool minifigure in general. Yoda is cool. Dooku is cool. This is all these features to do this little thing. It's kind of difficult to do. Novel, not all that interesting. Novel. This wasn't supposed to hit him. It was supposed to hit or try to hit Yoda. It's, again, novel. This is kind of cool. This is relevant, but not really interesting. Overall, I don't particularly like this set. I think it's $40 they want you to pay for this. $40 I paid for this, and I kind of feel ripped off, honestly. I'm a Lego fan, and I like to support Lego, but I'm not going to support everything just blindly. And I'm not going to say go buy this just because it's Lego. To me, I think this is a ripoff. The play value here is low for $40. For purists and collectors, it is definitely good to get this guy and this guy. And I like this version of Dooku very much also. This is irrelevant. This is almost irrelevant. And the terrain is kind of forgettable. I'll just put it that way. So those are my thoughts on this set. I was unfortunately very let down. And just from looking at it in general, I don't expect this to be a very hot selling set because it doesn't really draw in your eyes when you look at the box, when you look at what you get with it. It's not that big of a deal. So anyway, thanks for watching this. Let me know your thoughts about this set, especially if you actually have the set or if you've considered buying it and you've really looked into it and given it some serious thought. Let me know and let other viewers know what your thoughts and your opinions are about this set. I'm very interested to see what other folks say, and I'll be coming back with more reviews to come. And of course, I've got reviews that are already done on my channel. You can check out some of the old ones. You can follow all of my updates at jangbricks.com. Bye for now.